Appreciate you all joining me for the Fantasy Football Show live. We're here doing it live. We're talking week number 10. I might have the title of the live stream wrong, so I got to fix that right now. We're talking week number 10, the Fantasy Football Show live. Not buy lows and sell highs, although buy lows and sell highs will be incorporated into the show. But we'll be breaking down all your start bench advice, waiver wire ads, trades. We might be doing some rankings, and we might do some of the double confirmation mock drafting. I don't know what's in store for today's show. Today's going to be kind of a random fly by the seat of our pants type of show, but we're all doing it together. We're doing it live. The Fantasy Football Show begins. Where's the intro? Where's the intro? Begins.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
Smitty.
Take a lap.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Smitty. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. Glad to have you all in the house tonight. Punch the thumbs up on your way in the door. We're at a new time now. 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern doesn't change, but with daylight saving, some of you in different parts of the country or world, because we are all over the place. We got people in Australia. We got people all over Germany, London. We're 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern, so we don't change on Eastern time. We do whatever Eastern tells us to do. I'm in Arizona, so I don't move. My time stays the same. Everybody moves around me. So for me, this show starts at 3 p.m. instead of 2 p.m. But it's 5 to 7. That doesn't change, in case some of you are wandering in here going, wait a minute, what time is it? When does the show start? It's 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern every single Tuesday and Thursday. Appreciate you all being here. I might try a couple different things out today. I might move around the studio. I'm trying to work on some of the different camera angles and stuff that we got. So I'm going to potentially put this up on the TV and step back and see what I can do in terms of moving around the studio. So bear with me as I do that. Library search. The Fantasy Football Show. I got to search for myself on my own YouTube because I'm not logged in. The Fantasy Space Football Show. Okay, hit me with your questions while I do this housekeeping. The Fantasy Football. I'll do that later. It's taking forever to type that in. I want to get it on the big screen. I want to potentially go sit over there and work on that angle. Overcome with a super chat. Hit the thumbs up on your way in the door. I have Cook, Kamara, and J-Rob. Best wide receiver is Woods, looking to trade a running back. Woods is tough. Woods is your number one wide receiver. I would definitely look to divide and conquer with Cook and Kamara. Not both of them. I kind of would like you to keep your hands on Cook and Madison. I feel like go forward, that could be the number one player overall moving forward if you have Alexander Madison, and I will explain in a minute. Kamara for Swift and Hill. Kamara for a running back and Tyreek Hill. If you're going to downgrade the wide receiver a little bit, you can upgrade the running back. So Kamara for Eckler and insert a more dotted wide receiver that might have still some top 5 potential punch, like Hopkins, I would say. So I'd look to do that, but definitely think with Woods as your number one wide receiver, you might need to make a trade. Just make the right trade. Don't make a bad trade. Don't come back here and be like, hey, Nick Chubb with he's on the list. He's on the list. Let's look up the news. Let me get the news in here. And we got a lot to go over. One second. Let me pull up the news and drag that over to the screen, and then let's see if we can get that on screen here. Minimize that bad boy down to that. Put that right here. I should have had this prepared already, but I didn't. It's my fault. We're doing it live, of course. And let's see if I can screen share this bad boy. Where is it? Here it is. There it is. There she is. Okay. And then if I unlock this over, hold on one second. I'm doing this live. We're doing it live. Drag. And let's increase the size. And now let's lock the bad boy in place so that we don't screw that up again, right, Smitty? Correct, Smitty. Lock in place. Let's get into the news. Denzel Mims on the C list. Zerline on the C list. It's breaking out through everybody's camps. Odell Beckham Jr. cleared waivers. Not surprising. We thought maybe no one wanted to pay the top dollar amount that would be required, which would have been, $7.3 million, something like that. It's interesting. I don't know where Odell is going to land. He's got a lot of options, and clearing the list is probably, in a way, good for him because he can choose where he wants to go. But money-wise, he would have been good to have been picked up off waivers. Hollywood Brown listed as a full participant. That's good news for Hollywood Brown owners. Aaron Rodgers, small possibility he won't play Week 10 against the Seahawks. I think there's a possibility, but small possibility. Rodgers continue claiming the health hurdle may be hard for him to overcome in time for Sunday's game. He also said that he has to be tested to see how his heart responds to heavy work, but he's doing some work and yoga. We'll see what happens. He's saying small possibility, so don't start freaking out yet if you have Aaron Rodgers, because he's still likely to play Week 10. Jets head coach Robert Saleh said Zach Wilson won't return to the starting lineup until he's fully healthy, which means it's fire up Mike White. Fire him up. Put him in the lineup. Let's go. Get on your horse and ride. Mike White time. We get another week to see what's up with Mike White. Tua finger is a game-time decision. Eno Benjamin to see more touches. He got a lot of work in this one. I'm going to get to the super chats in 1 second, guys. We're getting through the news segment real quick. Nick Chubb, here's the big news. Nick Chubb, and really I should put this in the title of the show. Nick Chubb tested positive for the big C. Or we're calling it the medium C. I think the big C is also used in medical terms, so we're not going to use that. We'll say the medium C, the dreaded C word. He is on the list. So, as we see right here, Johnson, Dearness Johnson would slot in as Cleveland's lead back if Chubb were to miss the game. Tough to know how much time he's got. I don't know if he tests negative twice before the game kicks off, then I think he can play, but he's on the C list. We'll see if he has enough time to turn that around. But Dearness Johnson would be a high-end running back too if he's able to go. Simeon, who cares? James Robinson. Urban Meyer said James Robinson should be able to play Week 10, so maybe you'll be able to fire up your boy J-Rob if he's on your roster. I think J-Rob's a good sell high, to be completely honest with all of you. I would rather get rid of him at a high value. Like, him coming back should make him pretty tradable. So, and let me change the title of this video because Nick Chubb's probably the biggest piece of news, and I think we need to make sure that's in the headline. Nick Chubb potentially to miss Week 10. And let me do some housekeeping here. Then I'm going to get to the super chats. Then we're going to get to some more potential maybe rankings or something. Maybe we rank the running backs moving forward for the remainder of the season. Maybe we do like a top 10 or greater running back show here. So let me put this on here. News. Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb to miss Week 10. Question mark? Because we don't know. We don't know if Nick Chubb's out. All right, let's get to these super chats. We got Drew in the house with a super chat. We got Tyson with a super chat. Appreciate that. Blackbeard, thank you for your comment, my good buddy. Nathan, good buddy. 7-2. Oh, let me grab the rest of the super chats, pull them on screen, and then I will answer your question. Overcome, thank you for the first super chat of the day. You're the man, the myth, the legend. And PR, good buddy. 7-2, 10-team, PPR trades, QB, Kyler Murray, running back, Jones, Hendo, Eckler, Mitchell, Javonte Williams, A.J. Brown, wide receiver Williams, AJB. Any trades? I love Kyler, don't trade him. You're not going to be able to sell him high enough. Aaron Jones, don't trade him. You're not going to be able to sell him high enough. Hendo, I actually really like. Eckler, I really like. Mitchell is expendable potentially for you. Williams, who's the Williams? Who is this? Williams what? Wide receiver Williams. Why am I blanking out on what wide receiver that likely is? Who's your Williams? A.J. Brown, Bateman. I'd look to maybe move Mitchell and Mitchell. I'd maybe move Hendy or Mitchell. Given you've got Aaron Jones and Eckler, you can afford to move Mitchell or, and you got Javonte waiting in the wings. You can afford to move. Oh, is that Mike Williams? Yeah, probably Mike Williams. I was trying to think of it. I'm still a little foggy. I'm trying to think if there's another Williams out there. I would probably say I like Big Mike. Don't trade Big Mike. Mike Williams and A.J. Brown are good wide receivers. Trade Mitchell or trade potentially Hendo for a wide receiver. Go after Diggs. Go after DK. Go after Hopkins. Go after any of those big top 5 wide receivers. Hopkins, I wouldn't use Hendy for. I would potentially use Mitchell for Hopkins and something. I'd even potentially do that straight up. I know right now that seems like it's crazy, but media's in here. Media can tell you that Mitchell's not safe. Like, he's in a good position right now, but I feel like trading him out for a top 5 wide receiver is pretty smart. Because especially if you get a guy like DK or a player like Diggs, I feel very confident about Diggs going forward. And if you can get Diggs for Mitchell in your situation, home run. And your running backs are plenty deep. You can do it. You could use a little more help at wide receiver than you could at running back. And not to say you need help at all. You have a good team. This feels like a 6-team league, bro. Like, you're good to go. I like the team. I like the squad. Nice job. That'd be where my head's at if I own your team. 7-2. Nathan, good buddy. But I think I need to make a move, says Nathan. Kyler, Zeke, Clyde, Javonte, Booker, Ridley, Thielen, Sutton, Sanders, Goddard. You definitely need a wide receiver. Good buddy. I'm going to say you do need to make a move. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be honest. 7-2. I'm a little shocked. Nathan, don't take this the wrong way. I'm a little shocked you're 7-2. I'm a little shocked you're 7-2 right now after losing Ridley. I'm going to go ahead and say I saw media on U of A campus and I was so confused. My boy Ari from Fantasy Football Expert on Instagram, 80,000 people. 80,000, I think, on Instagram. Can't be wrong. Go follow my boy Ari, Fantasy Football Expert on Instagram. Him and media are on the same campus. Little school buddies. You guys need to meet up. Get out the lunch boxes and have a nice little lunch. Do a live stream. Jump on my show together live. Okay? We need to make that happen. This team right here, you've got to make a trade, young man. I would trade Zeke Elliott. If you could go to the Swift owner, see what wide receivers he has. See if you can get like a Swift and a Diggs for Zeke Elliott. You've got to make a move here. If you can divide Zeke into 2 really good players that I approve of, not 2 players I don't. Don't come back and be like, I got Deontay and I got Fournette. I did what you said, Smitty. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Swift and Hopkins, Swift and, whatever. That's what you need to do, Nathan. And this guy's got it right. ASU. That's where I graduated twice from ASU, and it's the better school. No offense to you U of A people. No offense, media. No offense, Ari. But ASU trumps U of A. Come to our campus. Check it out. ASU's got the best campus in the world. I at least top 5 campus in the country. Okay, if I'm gonna calm down and pump the brakes a little bit. Like, if you don't think ASU's got a top 5 campus, you haven't been here. You're speaking out of the end of your rear end. The end of your rear end. Not even the entire rear end, the end of it. The tip. Just speaking from your blowing smoke out your rear end. Because you don't know. ASU, come check it out. Campus is massive. Massive. It takes you 20 minutes to walk across it. Brand new buildings everywhere. Best university in the world, in my opinion. Anybody speaking different hasn't walked around the campus and checked it out. It is the best campus you could find. And the weather here, I mean, we've got about 3 months of horrible, just miserable heat, maybe 4 months. But the rest of the year, it's fantastic. Big campus doesn't make it better. It does. When you're walking around that bad boy, Ari, it's fantastic. ASU is where, if you need to go to college somewhere and you're watching, check out ASU. There's a reason it's like top 10 in rankings across the board for a lot of things. Business school, number 1 for innovation. It's not just a pretty name. ASU is a lot of good statistics in terms of the programs. So like the business schools. I got a master's in journalism, or at the journalism school in digital audience, and I went to ASU as an undergrad as well. Psychology. It's the best campus in the world. Okay. I traded Keenan Allen, Kittle, and Mike Davis for Aaron Jones and T. Higgins. I traded Keenan Allen, Kittle, and Mike Davis for Aaron Jones and T. Higgins. Keenan Allen, Mike Davis, and Kittle. I'd rather have that Aaron Jones and T. Higgins side by a mile. Did you win? I, Smitty, approve your trade. Good buddy.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I, Smitty, approve that trade. I have Patty, Mahomes, Eckler, JT, Lamb. You have a team. Hang on to that team. You're going to win. You're on your way, young man. You're on your way to do big things. 4 and 5 and keep losing PPR. What trade should I make? Kyler, Mike Williams, Deontay, Thielen, Renfro, Sutton, Najee, Chubb. I like your team, bro. I like your team a lot. Go get a wide receiver. Potentially look to trade Thielen and, I don't know, Thielen and Deontay for 1 wide receiver. Not a lot of people do 2 wide receivers for 1, but, see what teams out there are struggling at wide receiver, and if they have 1 big gun, and potentially try and get 1 for 2. Running back wise, Najee, Chubb. You could trade Najee for a Swift and Diggs, like we've been talking about, a Swift, and downgrade your running back slightly, but get a big name wide receiver in there that can tear it up for you. That would be something I would look to do. Don't trade Kyler. Don't trade. You could trade Chubb high too. You could go after Swift in like a Hill, or a Swift in a Diggs, or a Swift in something. Wilson is about to light Green Bay up, says Robert. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Almost 10K. We're almost at 10K. We're getting there. Something brewing about Kamara, says Joel. Do I have all the super chats? I think I got all of them out here. Media says Smitty's the GOAT. Thank you, Media. Media's the GOAT. Go follow Media, too, on Instagram. 49er. He hasn't changed his image yet. It's 49ers Media. It's 49er Media like he's got written. His name is 49er Media on Instagram. No S. 49er Media. Thank you, Wonk. You're the man, Wonk. Can't stay for the whole live, but we'll be here to hear you guys after. Appreciate you, Terry. Odell Beckham Jr., top 10 rest away. Robert put a comment in one of my videos with this, and I told him I respect bold, and I do. I like that people are bold. I like that people don't worry about what other people say. And Robert's so respectful in here. You would never know. You would never know that Robert's number one running back moving forward, Saquon Barkley. You would never know. Robert doesn't come in and hate on my Barkley takes or come in here and say, oh, you guys are idiots. Barkley's the number one. He boldly thinks Saquon's the running back one going forward. He boldly thinks that Odell is a top 10, but he's professional about it, okay? I love that Robert can be bold and respectful. And Robert, I appreciate your rankings. I appreciate being bold, buddy boy. I like it. Steven just traded Zeke and Pollard for Dalvin Cook. I love it. Big win. It's what I've been advising everybody do all week long. It's not that I hate Zeke Elliott. It's not that I think Zeke Elliott can't be a top 6, top 5 running back moving forward. But there are a couple things going against Zeke Elliott right now. A couple things that I think are important to talk about. One, his mileage is huge. He's already looking a little bit banged up and a little bit worn, even though he's doing good things when on the regular majority of the time. But the problem is you have to worry about him staying healthy, and you have to worry about Dak Prescott staying healthy, because if Dak Prescott can't stay healthy, Zeke falls apart. If Dak's not under center, let's say weeks 13 on, Zeke falls apart. So you have two people you're worried about staying healthy for Zeke to continue. And I'm not saying that's enough to get rid of Zeke or to throw him to the curb or trade him low. It's just enough to be like, hey, what are my options right now to sidestep into a safer vehicle? And whether that's a 2-player for your Zeke Elliott or a 1-for-1. In the case of Dalvin Cook, you can't do better than that. Dalvin Cook's my number 1 overall player moving forward if you're talking about Madison and Cook together. Because Madison is a sleeping giant, win-a-league running back handcuff. That, yes, Pollard's one too, but Pollard's eaten into Zeke's workload already. Not to a concerning extent, but the point being is that you've got Pollard and Zeke, and they both are kind of useful right now, whereas Madison and Cook, Madison is not useful, which is good, but you got him cuffed. He's a top 5 to 10 running back per start if he's ever called upon. He's a dormant a dormant super handcuff. Tony Pollard's a handcuff, a super handcuff, but he's not dormant. AJ Dillon's a super handcuff, but he's not dormant. The only dormant super cuff is Madison, and he doesn't touch or hurt Dalvin Cook. It's the best running back in the league going forward for the remainder of the 2021 season, at least. We'll see how I feel about him in 2022. I worry about him. Dalvin Cook getting hurt. I feel like here's the weird thing. The odds of Dalvin Cook staying healthy the rest of the way, and I've talked about selling Dalvin Cook before in the middle of the year. The odds of Dalvin Cook staying healthy the rest of the way are not astronomically high. You have to have Cook and Madison together. You have to. If you don't have Madison, you have a top 5 running back, but probably 1 or 2 weeks where you're going to miss having a top 5 running back because he's going to be on the bench. He's likely to get hurt. It's just that Madison fills in beautifully. So moving forward with only 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 weeks, 9 weeks to go, I'm okay rolling the dice that Dalvin Cook's going to play 7 or 8 of them. And then you have Alexander Madison in there to punch him in to get top 10 running back numbers per start after. Fantastic trade. Unbelievable move. That's how you do it. That's how you sidestep out of Zeke. Another way I'd be interested in trading out of Zeke would be for a much lower running back and then getting a big name wide receiver to set right next to him. So that would be another way to trade out. Talbot says just traded Zeke and Pollard for Dalvin Cook. Already got that one. That was the one we just looked at. Smitty, I need to make a move. have Aaron Jones, Javonte, CD, Cooks, Higgins. Would you trade Aaron Jones and Cooks for Diggs, Mitchell, and Sutton? Aaron Jones and Cooks for Diggs, Mitchell, and Sutton. Oh, that's pretty even, bro. I don't know that I feel great about either side, like, dominating or winning the trade. Like, Diggs and Mitchell's really good, but Diggs has some risk, man. Like, if Mitchell stayed in, if you could guarantee me, which you can't, that Mitchell will be the starter all year long, I actually like that side of the trade. But I feel like I don't know how confident I am in that. Now, that said, he's better. Mitchell's better than Cooks in my view by a lot. So you got to ask yourself, how close are Diggs and Aaron Jones? I'd probably draft Aaron Jones ahead of Diggs, but how much, I don't know. I'd say it's pretty even, bro. It's pretty even. Joel, I see your question, man. We'll look at the news right now, but why they're working on running backs, I don't know. We can look at it. We can speculate. I don't see anything as of right now, so I can't be reporting that there's an injury or something. So I got to look. I got to find evidence of it first. Bros, don't trade CMC. Dude was on the snap count. Put up 15 points, says Libertarian. I hear you, Libertarian. But I'm still selling because you know why? You can safely trade into a lot of players that you will not regret making the trade. You'll be able to get into a potential, you could get a Swift and Diggs. You could get a Swift and Hill. You could get a bunch of players that even if McCaffrey continues to explode, that's my whole point in trading away McCaffrey. It's not like you're trading McCaffrey away and you're gonna live to regret it if he does well. The whole point is if you trade McCaffrey away and you get two players that are absolutely insane and great, like Swift and Tyreek Hill, you're breaking even if McCaffrey stays healthy all year. And if McCaffrey doesn't stay healthy all year, you clearly crush the trade. It's a no-brainer to explore trading McCaffrey away. Now, if you can't get that kind of, return, then hold McCaffrey. But you can't lose if you trade McCaffrey right now, if you get the right deal, because it's a wash if he continues to play well. If McCaffrey stays on the field and dominates, you're breaking even at worst. Like, so how is it not the great move to make right now? Who would you trade? Saquon? Can you give scenarios? I would take Tyreek Hill. I would take potentially Diggs. I would take Hopkins and maybe you get something small. I would take James Conner and like a wide receiver, like I would take a James Conner and a decently doubted wide receiver that could be a wide receiver 2 or 1 for you. There are several, like McLaurin. McLaurin's very undervalued. Give me James Conner and McLaurin over Saquon in a heartbeat. Those kind of moves, bro. Those kind of moves. Miles says you can get Swift and Diggs for CMC right now, and that's what I've been promoting constantly. Is go get these undervalued players right now, and you can get 2 of them and step out of Christian McCaffrey and avoid all the risk. 4 and 5 PPR Dak, Najee, Chubb, JJ, Waller, Pitts, Ayuk, Van Jefferson, trade Pitts for wide receiver. Offer Pittman or Hollywood Brown for Pitts, not enough. Pitts can get you a McLaurin. Pitts can get you a hurt Hopkins. Pitts could, if you gave up maybe something small, you could even get Diggs. Some people might give you Diggs straight up for Pitts. You need to swing higher than Pitt. I like Pittman. I like Hollywood. I'm not crapping on those guys. But you need to get more for Pitts. You got a really good team. Dak, Najee, Chubb, Justin Jefferson, Waller, Pitts. Really good squad, bro. I like where your head's at, but I'm not getting rid of Pitts lower than a stud wide receiver. He's keep in mind how much people value tight ends, bro. He is a top 4 tight end. He commands a top wide receiver given the positional advantage and the way people treat tight ends like that on draft day. You got to take advantage of it more so than you are. Should I start Judy Sanders or Damien Harris? I probably start Damien Harris right now, bro, until Damien Harris is, out of the spotlight. Like, he's a touchdown guy. He can get 15 carries. I think Ramondre Stevenson is a must pick up if anybody can afford to hold him on their bench, because even if he doesn't get a touch next week, this is the problem. I'll tell people, hey, like Gainwell, grab him, hold him, only if you can. You can't hold Gainwell if you need that spot for bye weeks and injuries. But Gainwell's got a lot of hidden value, and we saw that pop back up, right? And we don't know what to make of Gainwell. He could get 0 touches next week, and everyone's going to drop him and give up on him. Stevenson's the same way. Stevenson, I'm telling you now, he may not get a touch next week. He may be a guy that starts weeks 13, 14, 15, and 16. I don't know if he touches the ball in the next 3 weeks. He could, but if he starts, and when he does start, Stevenson, and I got a feeling he's going to start a couple of games minimum this year at some point, I think Stevenson ends up winning or walking people into a playoff spot, helping people secure playoff spots if he's starting, but that doesn't mean he's going to start week 1. Bill Belichick is really weird about how he uses them and when he puts them in his doghouse and he misses a block and you don't see him the next week. I love Damien Harris. I would potentially sell him high while you can, but you could also pick up Stevenson and lock that down if you've got a spot. For right now, I'm starting on Stevenson, or I'm sorry, Harris, Damien Harris. Trade Metcalf for Justin Jefferson and Swift. Bro. This is for your own good, Trojan. Consider this me blessing your trade. Okay? Here, let me just read it. Make sure I'm getting it right. Trade Metcalf for Justin Jefferson and Swift. Okay, this is for your own good. This is so that you go and make the trade right now.
Take a look.
Justin Jefferson and Swift. If that is an existing offer, Trojan, the only reason I'm telling you to take a lap, it's a victory lap. It's a victory lap. But it's because you should have punched that accept already. A lot of you asking about Alvin Kamara. Let's look him up. So here's what everybody's talking about. This other question, McCaffrey for Swift and Hopkins. That's a little borderline. Thank you for the super chat, guys. A little borderline because Hopkins is banged up, but that's definitely in the ballpark of what I'm talking about. So if Hopkins is healthy, I love that trade for you. Kerryon Johnson. Reports the Saints are hosted 3 free agent running backs on Tuesday. The team brought in free agents Kerryon Johnson, Rodney Smith, and Josh Adams after Alvin Kamara went to the medical tent for a brief period on Sunday's loss against Atlanta. Underhill adds that he heard whispers that Kamara might have gotten a little banged up in the game too. Mark Ingram would surge as a running back 1 against the Titans no matter who is signed behind him if Kamara is in fact ruled out for week 10. I think we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Okay, this could be, here's the thing. They don't have a lot behind Ingram. Who is even behind Ingram at all? IR Tony Jones. I don't even know if Dwayne Washington is suited up at all, or he even, like, I don't think he's even, let's see. Has he even gotten a touch? Yeah, Dwayne Washington 1 target. Like, he's droppable type material. They don't have anybody. It's Tony Jones and I don't even think Dwayne Washington is in the cards. So it's just Ingram. This could be just one of those moves where they're like, hey, what happens if old Mark Ingram goes out there at halftime? If Kamara ever goes down, we won't have a running back to throw into the game. So they're looking for, like, that's kind of how I take it. I'm not saying that there won't be some injury that pops up, but if it were bigger names, I'd be more like wondering what's going on. I feel like when names like Rodney Smith and Josh Adams are being talked about, those aren't guys you're bringing in because Kamara went down or something, Those are more like, okay, we need a body in case something happens. But we'll see. There's potential, potential injury concern given that he did go to the medical tent during the game. But I think a lot of people are speculating. There are a lot of people chasing headlines right now. I'm not really. This might be the Kamara buy low show, says Landon. Maybe we keep creating this buzz and shoving it out there a little bit. Kamara, use this clip if you need to. Breaking news, Alvin Kamara went to the medical tent and they're looking at Kerryon Johnson. Sell him to your buddy. Sell him to Brandon. Sell him to Kendrick. Sell him to Zapata. Sell him to Dents. Or Thomas, sorry. Landon Watson. Sell him to Landon. Louis. Jared. Trojan. Media. I don't know. Use that clip if you need to. Look at my buddy Smitty says that there's concern. Only watch 36 minutes and 4 seconds to 36 minutes and 12 seconds. Then close the window. Accepted the trade, Smitty. Thanks for your blessing. Now, that was Justin Jefferson, right? I just want to make sure. Jefferson and Swift for DK Metcalf. Trojan, you couldn't have made a better trade. Now, Trojan, you take a victory lap.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
This guy Trojan right here, guys. You're watching a trade genius at work. Just traded DK Metcalf for Swift and Justin Jefferson. Like, if that's the real trade, like, legit. 2 for, like, master. Trade master. That is a good trade, bro. Love me some AK, says Brandon. I can't believe you got that trade, bro. Swift. There are people on here when I give out some trade ideas, and I'm like, hey, you should go get Swift and Diggs for Kamara. And people are like, you can't get that. You can't. Like, look at some of the stuff people pull off. Have you tried? Jeezy does have a point, Trojan. Maybe we can't anoint you a pure genius yet. Because you did have to ask. But I would say that sometimes geniuses, they're funnel focused, bro. Like, he can only see amazing trade ideas. This is how I picture Trojan's eyesight. Trojan's eyesight is phenomenal. He's got glasses on, kind of like our Mike White glasses. This is Trojan. Trojan's sitting there, and he sees only what's in front of him. And he sees this idea that pops up in his head. Swift and Justin Jefferson for DK. But he can't see anything to the sides. So he needs a little bit of a push so that he can get it done. But he's still a genius. He's a genius in his wheelhouse, which is dialing up the ideas. He just needs a little bit of a shove because he's not sure what's around him. His peripheral vision's a little cloudy. But I agree. I think Trojan is part genius. Part genius. He's going to be on your next buy low, Schmitty. Stop it. I don't even know what player we're talking about. Those are Rodrigo's white glasses. Smitty, I traded Zeke and Moss for AK 2 hours ago. Zeke and Moss for AK. I don't know if AK's hurt, bro. People are speculating. They're looking at a running back. That's all people have to go off of. I don't think I'd freak out. I think if AK's fine, you cleaned up in that trade because I worry more about Zeke. Landon says use that Trojan. Trojan's a beast, bro. Don't mess with Trojan. Trojan will take your whole team from you. Trojan, bro. Trojan will. If you don't make fun of Trojan too much, or Trojan. This is Trojan. He's sitting at home. And Trojan's going to be like, who said that? Who said that? Use that Trojan. Landon? Let me shut down Landon's connection. Go ahead and click here. Landon, internet disabled. Trojan's going to take you out, bro. You better watch out. According to his calculations, you are at the vicinity of 2.476 kilometers left and 47.00888 latitude. And he's going to shut down your connection if you make one single peep. Garrett, I just traded Michael Carter for A-Rob. Okay. Not sure, Garrett, if that does anything on either side. I'd probably rather have Michael Carter. I would. I'd probably rather have Michael Carter. I still think A-Rob shouldn't be dropped and left, helpless in the gutter of fantasy football world. I feel like he should still be held. Things can turn around. Crazier turnarounds have happened. I will say Michael Carter has the potential. Like, we saw what he did. He's like a mini Alvin Kamara when he's used properly. I like it. I like the move, especially if Mike White gets into this game and starts checking down to him. I should say it was a good trade. I don't know why I hesitated as much as I did. It's a good trade. I would have done it. I would still do it. I just think A-Rob is... I feel like people are just, like, cutting him. And I understand he's hard to own. But I think A-Rob should be rostered as your last wide receiver spot if he's available on waivers. And Garrett, maybe he gets cut next week and you can pick him up again. So, yeah, Smitty approved this trade. I don't know why I hesitated. Michael Carter's worth that. I take that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I don't know why I didn't think that was better when I first read it. It's good. I like it, Garrett. I didn't mean to make it sound like it was a meh trade. I guess I was a little underwhelmed because it wasn't like huge names involved. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe when I don't see a, top 5 running back being traded for, maybe Trojan ruined trades for me moving forward because Trojan sends me Justin Jefferson and Swift, and all he's got to do is give up DK, and then I'm ruined when I see trade offers come in. It's like, these aren't like Trojans. Have Trojan cook one up for you. Smitty, what's up? What's up, pal? If I have Hubbard, should I keep him and CMC or trade them together? You got to trade them together, bro. You can't don't cut the handcuff. That's like taking, I don't know. That's like selling your car without a wheel, bro. Like your spare tire. Like, hey, here's the vehicle. I'm not going to give you the spare tire, though. I'm going to take that out. Do you still want my car? Someone's still going to probably take it, but they're going to be like, bro, why are you taking the spare tire? Why'd you just remove the spare tire from the vehicle you're selling me? Makes no sense. Don't do it. So yeah, you gotta keep the spare tire, bro. Leon says CMC can be matchup proof all he wants. Giving up one 100-yard rusher in more than 2 years. I hear you, Leon. Leon likes CMC. Trade Ridley and Carson for Hollywood. I would take Hollywood Brown, bro, in a heartbeat. I sent a super chat, Smitty. Sorry, Jackson. Let me look for it. Buddy boy. There it is. There it is, good buddy. I'm sorry. McNichols' car for Javonte. You guys seen that guy on social media? The guy he's got glasses kind of like this, I think. But he walks around. He's got a mullet. And he's got this like grandma sweater on. And he walks around. And all he does is go. And he goes up to a car dealer and says, how much is the car? And the guy's like, it's, $12,000. He goes, that's how I feel like reacting to this. Of course I trade for Javonte. Javonte for Carr McNichols. What's McNichols going to do for you? Derek Carr, who cares? You got Dak. Punch it. Jackson, punch it. Do it now.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
It's a victory lap.
Take a lap. Take a
It's
lap.
a victory lap, Jackson. I don't have my victory lap song worked out yet. We're going to create one. I was looking forward to Nick Chubb this weekend, says Mike. Nick Chubb may play. We'll see, bro. I would assume that he's out. 196 in the room and only 75 likes. What the F, says Thomas. Punch the thumbs up, please. Without Terry in here manning the thumbs up, we're dropping. We're dropping. Our thumbs up are down. Our numbers, we're not hitting our quota. Terry usually handles this. Thomas, you're in charge of likes until Terry returns. Okay? Gentle nudges. Don't annoy people, but let them know, hey, Smitty's out here doing it live. Can you give him a thumbs up, please? CMC and Fields for Lamar and Fournette in a Superflex league. CMC and Fields for Lamar and Fournette. Man, it's weird because Superflex, it really turns you want to say, hey, rock out super chat. Why do I always miss rock out super chats? It's like they come in weird. Rock out. I don't know what it is. It's like they come in late. It's strange. Hold on. Just remind me when they come in rock out. I never mean to miss them. Grey Grease came in late, I think. Should I start Judy? Okay, so this one right here. 4 and 5, Dak, Najee, Chubb, JJ, Waller, Pitts. Did I get this one? Trade, Pitts, and a wide receiver. Yeah, I got that one. So rockouts. My team. QB Allen. Running back CMC. Swift. Javonte. Michael Carter. Hubbard. Madison. Wide receivers are Jefferson. Deontay Johnson. AB Judy. Make a move. Oh, God. Rock out. This is good, bro. It's a good team. I would try and do the Christian McCaffrey moves, bro. If you can get a Swift, a like player, and you already have Swift, so let's say Eckler. Can you get Eckler and Hopkins or Eckler and McLaurin? I would potentially do that for CMC. If not, I mean, Deontay and Michael Carter for maybe a little bit better wide receiver than McLaurin if you can. Like, can you get a Diggs? Can you get the Allen and Diggs stack using Michael Carter and Deontay? I would try. I got a yawn. I would try that rock out, and I always appreciate your super chats. I'm sorry about that. As for this super flex question right here, what do you guys think? Christian McCaffrey and Fields or Lamar and Fournette? I'm thinking McCaffrey and Fields, bro. I mean, in a super flex, you're still getting a quarterback. It's not like you're being left for nothing at quarterback. I would just I would still shop CMC, but I don't know. Lamar's good in a super flex. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Drop an opinion below on that one. Would you rather have Lamar and Fields or Fournette and Lamar Jackson in a super flex? Smitty, would you dynasty Ridley considering? Would I dynasty Ridley considering the Falcons' offense is a dumpster fire? I mean, I would consider it, bro. It depends on the option. You know, the how much are you? CMC Fields. Lamar and Fournette wins. CMC Fields. Majority of people like CMC and Fields, but there are a couple Lamar and Fournette. But it's definitely the CMC and Fields side winning for right now. Just to answer that question, I would say keep Fields and CMC. Fields can score enough that it's worth the running back domination of that particular trade. Now, I still trade McCaffrey high if I can, though. But Legion, I'm going to say it depends, bro. I mean, I definitely would pick him up in Dynasty if you're sitting on waivers. I'll answer it that way. But in redraft, I'm not hopeful he's coming back. But even in redraft, I kind of hold him if I can. If you can't, you can't. Lamar side says Tanner. This one needs a lap. And bro, when you take a lap, Philly Freak, it's a positive thing in a lot of ways. First of all,
It's
Smitty approved the trade.
You've just been Smitty approved.
And that is for Swift for Cook. I'm Smitty approving it. And then you're going to take a big fat lap.
Take a lap.
Because Swift isn't near Cook, bro. Not even close. Not even close. You should be both excited and potentially a little bit, I don't know, not ashamed. But this should have been punched right away, Philly Freak. Swift for Cook, easy call. I mean, that's child's play, bro. That's juice box stuff. Go ahead and punch that. Schmitty! Kareem and Terry for Diggs and Bateman. Kareem and Terry. Yeah, Diggs and Bateman. Take it, punch it. I mean, he's the best player in the deal, Diggs. Do it. Do it live. Deontay Johnson worth my number one waiver. If I'd imagine he's the top guy to pick up if Deontay got cut. That's ridiculous that Deontay got cut. Lagorio, this is a long one, bro. I'm going to do my best here. Brady, Zeke, Najee, Mike, Evans, Ayuk, Hawkinson, Javonte, Bench, Hurts, Saquon, Pollard, Judy, GT, Higgins, Hunter, Henry. I'm 5-4 in the 10-man PPR. What do I trade? Deadline is at 12. Oh, man. I mean, we've been talking about trading Zeke high, bro. You know, try and trade Zeke if you can. You kind of need a running back if you trade him, so you're going to have to go after like a Swift and a Hopkins, a Swift and a Diggs, Eckler and a Mike Williams I'd take, in that would be a good move. You kind of have you have Saquon on your bench. I trade Saquon probably more than now that I'm seeing Saquon, he's just sitting on your bench there. I would trade Saquon for Diggs, Saquon for Jefferson, or any of those top wide receivers. Trade Saquon and then maybe keep Zeke. You have Pollard, so you'll probably be okay. So I would maybe keep Zeke in that scenario because you already got an ability to trade Saquon for a wide receiver. But I would do that trade in a heartbeat. Get rid of Saquon. Tanner, I had this question up for a while. Sorry, Tanner. Kyler, Clyde, Pitts, Mike Williams, and Sutton for Russell Wilson, Mark Andrews, A.J. Brown, and AP. What in the heck? Kyler, Clyde, Pitts, Mike Williams, and Sutton. So Kyler, Pitts, and Mike Williams essentially in my mind right here for A.J. Brown, AP. No, I'm not trading Kyler, Pitts, and Mike Williams for A.J. Brown, Wilson, Andrews. No, I'm not. I like the Kyler side better, bro. I like the Kyler side better. Trade Saquon or Adrian Peterson. I agree. Fields will be top 12 QB rest of season. He could be. Dearness Johnson, not Deontay. Oh. That's what he's saying here. Okay, that makes sense. I thought it was Deontay. Dearness Johnson. You guys got to spell it out a little bit. There are several D Johnsons. There's a lot of, of players that people throw out. Harris, I get Harris a lot without the clarification. Dearness Johnson is the number one pickup as of this moment if he is on waivers. He probably shouldn't be in a lot of leagues. I'm gonna have to look at see at the ownership. Did people really drop him? He's in that Kareem Hunt role right now. So Nady, Smitty, I hope you're right. Smitty, I traded away Zeke for Tyreek. Fingers crossed. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything, bro. If I'm wrong, first of all, I'm not saying Zeke's gonna for sure fall off. Like, everyone needs to make sure they understand what I'm saying. I love Zeke Elliott. I'm not feeling like, oh, this is disaster. You have to trade him. Make sure he's traded. You guys are gonna pay. Like, this is not that kind of thing. It's trade him if you can, if it's safe, if it's a good sidestep. And in the case of Tyreek Hill, it's very safe. Like, these are two top guys. Like, you're drafting today. Tyreek Hill's in the top 8, in my opinion. And Zeke Elliott's borderline top 8. He's just a little bit of an injury worry, and I feel like it's a safe move. But could Zeke Elliott and Tyreek both finish as top 7 or 8 overall players? Absolutely. So it's not like fingers crossed, like worry Nady, but I don't think you made a bad move as long as you can weather through it. You have Najee Harris and Cook. I mean, so you have Tyreek Hill, Najee Harris, and Dalvin Cook. Nady's going for the bag, bro. I like it. Zinski, trade Zeke for Lockett. I have Russ. Trade Zeke for Lockett. What? Okay. What? Trade Zeke for Lockett. I can't be reading that right, Zinski. What am I missing? Who did you forget to type? Zinski, I've trained you too hard for too long. This is my fault. I take the blame on this, Zinski. This is on me. This is on me. What have I said about Zeke Elliott that has degraded him to this degree? I love Zinski, though. Look at this. What other person would just immediately put their running shoes on, take it like a man? Like, Zinski's a bro. Zinski's a bro. But you, Zinski, I'm sorry.
Take a look.
I hate doing this on a super chat. Zinski, please don't let that deter you away from super chatting in the future. No, this is on me. This is my fault, Zinski. It's not your fault. I'll take the lap. I don't know what picture I painted about Zeke Elliott that made you feel. No. I love Zinski, though. The dude's a good sport. Take about 5 laps, come back, all is good. I was trying to read. I seriously was struggling with the question. I didn't understand it. I'm like, what am I not seeing here? Lockett. Zinski. Trey Lance is a sleeping giant. I agree, Callie. I agree. I think everybody needs to grab Trey Lance, put him on the roster, especially in a super flex league. If he's available somehow, why in the heck is he available? Why? Zinski. I don't put my running shoes on. I love it. I love Zinski. Hit that thumbs up, please. Guys, it really helps the channel. Like, I can't tell you how much it helps the channel by hitting the thumbs up. Zinski. Trey Lance is a sleeping giant. Niners will be out of contention, and his playoff schedule is cupcake. The problem, though, Callie, is that Shanahan's the head coach, and he doesn't know what he's doing. He needs to be removed for this situation to get better, and I know a lot of people at first, I said that for weeks and weeks, and people called me crazy, especially in Niner circles. They're like, you're insane. Not going to cut Shanahan. They need to fire Shanahan. They need to get rid of Shanahan. He's a horrible head coach. Horrible head coach. Horrible head coach. Horrible. Shipment has arrived. Ziggy, show me the front door. Okay. Horrible head coach. Absolutely pathetic. He used to be a good offensive coordinator. He does have some offensive coordinator. Oh God, that's a big package. I might have to go get that because there's a good chance someone's gonna steal that. It's a big one. It's like a barricade for the baby, so I can. It's like, I know it sounds bad. It's kind of like a cage. I'll put little Smitty in it. It's one of those like fences, like a barricader in, so she does, because she tears apart everything. But that's gonna get stolen. So hold on 1 second. Take over Zinski, take over. We got it. Package secured. Ziggy, off. Okay, we secured the package. It's like it's a big, like, is Zinski back from his lap? I don't know. I'll put him in charge. So, yeah, I don't know if anybody has a kid, especially a kid like little Smitty, that just, you set little Smitty down and she'll pull every single thing off the shelf. I'll have my phone in my hand and she'll press like send. She'll press a button on my phone and like close apps. Her fingers hit them immediately. She'll dial a number, or I'll be texting someone and I'm not done with it. And she'll go to grab the phone. Her finger will immediately hit the send button. This kid gets into everything. I had to find a barricade, something that I could put in the studio so I can set her in here and she can't rip things off of my shelves, pull wires out of the wall, knock the fireplace down. Literally, this kid will destroy the fireplace, everything. And so I set her in here. I got to move this little thing, this little stool that I got a bunch of crap on that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. She pulls picture frames off. So I got this barricade I'm going to put in here, and she's going to be within it. I'll put on Octonauts or Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and edit videos now that I have this barricade. So the barricade came in. We got the cage. We're ready to go. Trey Lance. Yeah, go get Trey Lance. So thank you, Callie, for the super chat. TZ Man, Andrews and Javonte Williams for Waller too much. Yeah, I'd rather have Javonte and Andrews, bro. I mean, Andrews is playing great, bro. I'd rather have Javonte. Javonte could be a league winner, top 10 running back. I know we're waiting, but those of us that know what's up, we know what time it is with Javonte. We're patient. We understand what's going on. We don't like it, but we understand it. Let's go. What's up, Slayer? Glad to have you here. Terry Roberts in the house. Terry says, Smitty, got to go for the nurse. Will be able to hear the show. Hit the like, guys. Appreciate you, Terry. And Zinski, you're in charge of likes with, who did I put in charge of likes? You and someone else are in charge of likes until Terry's able to return, even if it's next show. Christian McCaffrey or Eckler. I think you could get more than Eckler, so try and get more, but I like the idea. I like the idea where your head's at. Any other super chats that I missed? I'm sorry, let me know and I'll go find them. And I've got a 10-year-old too, but this little Smitty is out of control. It's like she rips everything out of everything. Like I can't. She won't even sit down and watch a TV show. Like I remember my other little one, when my other little one was little, I could put her in front of like Tinkerbell, and literally she'd just sit there like this and watch it for an hour. You know, little Smitty doesn't care about any of that. Little Smitty's into destruction. What can I rip off of what, and what can I get into and pull everything out? She's a little terror when you set her down. Zinski. Good to go for likes. Okay, Zinski, get on top of it, pal. Should I hold on to Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Absolutely. Don't cut Clyde. Carlton with a super chat. Thank you, Carlton. Appreciate you. I don't know if you have a question I could definitely help you with. Drop it and I'll look for you. I think this is it. Carlton, hopefully this is the question you've been trying to ask. Smitty, do you think Diggs' role increases throughout the season? Absolutely. I think Diggs becomes a top 5 guy, potentially. Top 5 guy. Here's another one from Carlton. I am 7-2. Are there any moves I should make with my team? Brady, Patterson, Fournette, Adams, and McLaurin, Kelsey, Mitchell, bench is DJ Moore and Hunt. So Brady, Cordero, Fournette. I mean, you're lacking a big name running back, that's for sure. But Cordero's pulling his weight, but then you've got Fournette. Oh, you got Eli Mitchell though as well. So Eli Mitchell, Patterson, pretty solid, pretty crafty running back play that you got there. Kelsey, Adams. You can't sell Kelsey high. He'd be a good buy low, but you already own him. Adams, you can't really sell high right now. Your trade deadline is probably approaching. DJ Moore, you can't sell high. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot to work with in terms of sell high to get two big players that are doubted. You could try and sell Adams for like a Connor and Diggs, if you could. Like, that's something I would explore, Carlton. So go to the Connor owner, see what the Connor owner has at wide receiver. I'm not a social media genius like Trojan in fantasy, but what the hell is a super chat? So Thomas, you'll see a little $sign on mobile. I don't and desktop too. There's a little $sign next to your send button when you're typing in a chat. And if you hit the $sign, you can send some bucks to the show. And so people do that to get their question up on screen so that I focus on it. And also, they love to give back to the show. So it helps the show grow. Always appreciated, never expected. But you guys are the show. So it always is definitely appreciated and helpful. Traded Henderson, Gibson for James Robinson and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Like, to do this full time, like I do, this is my job. You do have to generate income in a lot of different ways, and part of that is super chats. So part of that is the advertising on the YouTube channel. Part of that is sponsorship. Part of that is my sleeperu.com memberships that I have at sleeperu.com. Lifetime memberships. Never pay for content again if you buy one of those bad boys, and I'll draft with you. So if you want a draft call with your man Smitty, I'll spend an entire hour on the phone with you. All you got to do is go to sleeperu.com and order one of the lifetime memberships, and I will set you up with a draft call. Just remind me when you're, lock down your date as soon as you can, and just remind me that you got that draft call. Dribble. Traded Henderson, Gibson for James Robinson and Clyde. That could go either way. I don't know that I hate this trade on either side or love it on either side. It's kind of just like, I really like Henderson. I worry about him staying healthy. I really like James Robinson. I worry about him staying healthy. I probably lean on the Henderson side until James Robinson proves he's back. Then I could be okay with the either side, the James Robinson side. But that's a solidly even trade, bro. Don't feel bad on either side of that. Should I trade Hurts and Darrell Henderson for Mahomes in Dynasty? I would take Mahomes in Dynasty in a heartbeat. I think now is the time to strike. People are out of their mind in a bad way when it comes to Mahomes, especially his Dynasty value. Very strong and solid move. I take Mahomes in a heartbeat. Zeke and Kyle Pitts for Swift and Diggs. Zeke and Kyle Pitts for Swift and Diggs. That's not the kind of trade I'm talking about for Zeke. Because this is like even. Zeke is an upgrade over Swift, but maybe not, if Zeke can't stay healthy or whatever. So it's a crafty move, but trading Zeke for Swift and a wide receiver is kind of what I'm about. You know what I mean? I don't know that I'm throwing Kyle Pitts in to then make it even again. Like, I'm trying to get rid of Zeke in a deal where I get two players. It's not bad. It's not bad. Gibson has been... Yeah, well, you notice I didn't even mention Gibson's name, bro. If Gibson bounces back in any form, then that's even better on that side of the trade. But I didn't even talk about Gibson because he's like a throw-in and you just hope. He's a hope. He's a potential. Hey, Smitty, would you trade JT and Mike Williams for Swift and Diggs? JT and... No, I'd rather have JT and Mike Williams over Swift and Diggs, to be honest with you. It's a very, very, close trade, I suppose, but give me the idea that Mike Williams could hang with anybody. He could. He did in the beginning of the year. I'm not saying he's a top 5 wide receiver like everybody else did when they were talking about Mike Williams is the real deal. Oh my God, he's a top 5 wide receiver. Like, I was not on that train. But as everybody jumped off it completely, I was still on it, like saying, hey guys, Mike Williams is still he's always been a top 12-ish wide receiver to me. And I don't care. He's struggling a little bit right now. Whatever. He's got a great quarterback and an insane offense that I think is going to win the division. I think the Chargers win the division. I think People start talking about Herbert being MVP caliber. He won't win, but he'll be MVP material, MVP contention. And I'd rather have Diggs for sure, but I'd much rather have JT over Swift. And I like Swift a little right now in some crafty buy lows, even though I worry about Swift. Swift's a guy I was not super high on entering the year, but I feel like Swift's ranked about where I would have had him had people not been overinflating his value. So it's not that I ever hated Swift. Swift was just getting ranked way too high. Now I like buying him a little bit because he feels rightly priced. Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb. Give me Justin Jefferson. Easy. I mean, I've had Jefferson above Lamb all year, so that's an easy call for me. Nothing's changed. It's not like Lamb's struggling a little bit for sure. Like, so he's not going to vault over my number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. Struggling. I've already had Jefferson there the entire year. Thank you, Bam, for the super chat, my man. My good buddy, Bam! Should I trade Hurts and Henderson for Mahomes? Already got that one. Dribble, Henderson, Gibson for James Robinson, Clyde. Let me go back to this one again, Dribble. Does anybody disagree with me, first of all? Chucky Charles! Chucky Charles in the house. Are you still here, Chucky? I like when you check in, pal. Does anybody disagree with me? Would you rather have James Robinson and Clyde? I like the option of having Clyde over Gibson for sure. So it comes down to James Robinson's health. I mean, he didn't play last week, bro. So there's a good shot he plays this week, but you can't say you feel great about trading for a guy that didn't play last week. I just don't know. To me, again, it could become an even trade. I just need to see him back and healthy. So can anybody... What's up, Chucky? Appreciate you being here, good buddy. Can anybody vote on this, please? Henderson and Gibson or James Robinson, Clyde? What side do you guys like? Hendy and Gibson. I think Gibson will bounce back with a good schedule, says Miles. Trey says start Judy or Lockett this week. Give me Lockett. Henderson played. That's my point. James Robinson didn't. Glad to be here, says Chucky. Hendo side, Hendo and Gibson side, Gibby and Hendy. Hendy, neither. Hendy, yeah, the votes are Hendy, bro. The majority of the votes are Hendy. So I think I have it pegged right. James Robinson could change it and make it an even type of trade. Angel says Hendy side by a mile. Mark says he likes the Clyde and James Robinson side. Nady, sorry for something. I don't know what Nady's sorry for. Nady, don't be sorry. Facts, Hendy by a mile. Come on. Come on. Hendy. Come on. Rest of season running back rankings, Smitty. Okay, let's do it. Let's check the news. Make sure there's not any Alvin Kamara out for the season news that everybody keeps thinking is out there. Maybe it is. I think Alvin Kamara is probably going to be fine. But we'll see. The only thing people have to go on, by the way, if you're just joining us, is that the Saints are working out running backs. So people are freaking out right now. The rumor mill is going around and around and around because Kamara did hit the medical tent. But I think mainly it's the fact that they're like, hey, we don't have anybody but Mark Ingram, and crap, wake up call. We need to get somebody in. And they're talking about bringing in some, Kerryon Johnson and Rodney Smith. Like, who cares? Kyler Murray, ankle is improving, but the Cardinals are keeping the long term in mind with the star quarterback. You know what? Going 8-1, they can still. There's still a shot they could sit Kyler, and say, hey, we're 8-1. We can afford a loss if it happens, and you know what? Maybe we don't even lose. So, and the Cardinals, my Cardinals, they're the real deal. They're the best team in football. I mean, that running game is phenomenal. I was wrong on James Conner. James Conner looks great. And playing Carolina, you know, that could be one of those trap games if we just think, oh, that could be one where we sit Kyler and win. You know, Green Bay was, San Fran was an easier win. Let's see here. Ziggy, show me the front door. I'm hearing some noise outside. What is going on here? At Casa de Smitty. Making sure there's not some package pirates out there trying to steal some more packages we have coming in from Amazon here. Cardinals. I don't know what to think about this Kyler Murray news. Hopefully he doesn't sit week number 10. Jarrett Stidham to the active roster. Who cares? Perriman to the practice squad. Royce Freeman claimed off waivers. Kerryon Johnson working out potentially for the Saints, which is causing a panic. Dylan in the house. Dylan, what's up? Traded Mike Williams and Melvin Gordon for Hill. Fantastic trade. How'd you pull that off, bro? Hill and Monty. No, for Hill. Then traded Hill plus Monty for Cooper and Aaron Jones. I like your first trade. Don't be mad, Dylan. I like your first trade. Giving away Mike Williams, who I like, and Melvin Gordon for Hill was a fan-freaking-tastic move. Trading Hill and Monty for Amari Cooper and Aaron Jones, I don't know that I like that one. I feel like that was a step back. Because, I mean, Monty and Amari Cooper are very close, bro. Like, some might say they'd rather have Monty straight up. So I don't know if I like the sum total of that, but I loved the first trade. And it gave you a lot of flexibility to do, I guess, the other ones. And you still have an amazing team. But I wouldn't have done that second one at all. Current running backs, Zeke, Monty, Javonte, Moss, Pollard. Wide receivers are Godwin, Tyreek, Deontay, Claypool. League starts 3 wide receivers. Trade Godwin for Fournette. No, you can get a better running back than Fournette for Godwin. Try going after Connor right now, bro. Try going after, what running back could you get? Let's pull up some running back rankings here and see what we can cook up for you, good buddy. Rest of season rankings. We'll do that show. We'll do the running backs right now. Rest of season running backs. But I will do a rest of season ranking show. But Fournette. So Godwin, you could poke around at Swift if you had to give up a little bit more even. You could get potentially James Robinson for Godwin. You could potentially get James Conner and something for Godwin. You could get... Probably couldn't get Cordero Patterson right now. You could have a couple weeks ago. Darrell Henderson, maybe. Swift, give up a little more. But I don't like Fournette, bro. Not for Godwin. Kamara for Deontay and Monty, nowhere near enough overcome. Not even close to enough. Like, that is not... You could double that. 2 Deontays, 2 Montys. I'm still not giving you Kamara. So, no. Negatory on that one, bro. No. Zachary, did I already do this one? Yes, I did. This is the Godwin one. Ziggy, off. Let's ask Ziggy. Ziggy, is Alvin Kamara injured?
Alvin Kamara is not injured. By the way, an Amazon package was delivered today.
Thanks, Ziggy. Ziggy, thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing the job.
Ziggy, should I trade Kamara for Swift and Evans?
I don't know that one.
Of course you don't. The answer is no, Kurt. The answer is no. It's not enough. I was hoping Ziggy knew that, but I haven't trained him fully on trade evaluation yet. Kamara is worth more than Swift and Evans. Kamara is worth Swift and Diggs. Swift and maybe Hopkins, even Hurt. I'd rather have Hopkins over Evans, I think. Traded Amari Cooper for Pitts. I like that one. That's a good swap. I mean, I could get behind either side of it, but I'd rather have the Pitts side. I have CMC. Would you drop Chuba for Madison? Of course, push comes to shove. Give me Madison. He's a homer. Like, we already know that if Chuba gets in there, we don't really know what to expect, and he's not a guaranteed starter. If Madison gets in there, he's a top 5 running back, bro. So, yes, but I try and retain both, because if you're going to trade Christian McCaffrey, having Chuba Hubbard is a nice little additive, bro. A little bit long, Joel. I'm going to put it up. My running backs are Christian McCaffrey, Mixon, Monty, Gibson, and Damien Harris, and I have at wide receiver Hopkins, Lamb, Myers, Bateman, and Ridley. If he ever comes back, should I target in a trade? Need a stud wide receiver. Trade Damien and Bateman, or trade Gibson and Damien together, potentially to try and get, say Damien and Gibson could maybe get you a Hopkins Hurt. Already got Hopkins. Shoot. Diggs would be a target using Monty. Maybe Monty and Bateman. I don't know if you can get that done. I trade Christian McCaffrey away for Swift and Tyreek Hill, like things like that, like we talked about. That's kind of where my head would go, bro, with your roster. Did I miss a super chat? Zinski. Look at Zinski back like a beast, bro. He doesn't flinch. You can't tear Zinski down. PPR, Elijah. Emmanuel Sanders, Bateman, or Ayuk. For this week, I'm going to say, give me... What did Emmanuel Sanders do this week? I know he's really easy to, cast away now and be like, oh, Emmanuel Sanders sucks, But Emmanuel Sanders still could be a very big touchdown threat moving forward. He had 4 catches. He had 8 targets, 4 catches for 65 yards. I'm going to say Emmanuel Sanders, bro, in this scenario. Hopefully Ayuk rest of season can earn that. But we do. Thank you for the super chat. Josh Allen, Eckler. Thank you, Zinski. Josh Allen, Eckler, or CMC, David Montgomery, and Russell Wilson. Josh Allen, Eckler, or CMC, David Montgomery, and Russell Wilson. I mean, you got to take the David Montgomery, Christian McCaffrey, Russell Wilson side. But I looked to turn McCaffrey into 2 players. This one's tough because, I like Josh Allen more than Russell Wilson, but I still like Russell Wilson moving forward. And then Eckler and Christian McCaffrey, you could argue that. I don't care what people say about McCaffrey. You can argue that. Eckler's got a potential to be as good. And McCaffrey's got probably more injury risk for sure. And then you get David Montgomery. It just kind of feels like that side is weighed down more, bro. Smooth Criminal. Trade Kamara for Eckler. Are you doing this off of the freak out of the, Eckler potential or Kamara being hurt based on news that they're looking at a running back? I don't know. I personally would rather have Kamara, but if you're in fear right now and your gut tells you something's wrong with Kamara, he did go to the medical tent, and then now they're looking at adding a running back. There is reason to worry a little bit, I suppose. I wouldn't be opposed to you trading for Eckler. I like Eckler a lot. This could be argued. I'm not upset at you if you do this. I'm going to leave it in your hands, though, because I don't know. I don't know that I could do it, but then again, if he's hurt, that it will suck. It'll be like, oh my God, it could have had Eckler. I'm gonna leave it up to you, man, because I don't want to speak to the injury when we have no evidence whatsoever that Kamara is hurt right now. Aaron Jones for Swift and Lamb. Aaron Jones for Swift and Lamb. Swift and Lamb by a mile. Home run. I love Aaron Jones, but Swift and Lamb is a great trade for Aaron Jones. Fantastic move, broski. Way to go. Jackson with a super chat. Jackson, if you've got a question, please let me know and I will look for it and grab it. Rest of season, Elliott or Henderson. Give me Elliott, Zeke Elliott. I'm not trading Zeke Elliott for dog bones, bro. Or a bag of chips. I personally love Elliott. I just trade him high if I can, and if I can't, then I wouldn't do it. I forgot to put my message in my super chat. Can I type it here? Absolutely. I'll look for you, pal. I got Jones for Swift alone earlier. I like that. I like Aaron Jones over Swift. I like Swift too, but I like Aaron Jones more. Jackson's super chat was Mixon, Woods, Pittman. Who do I package with Mixon, and who should I go after? Mixon, Woods, Pittman. I mean, I give Mixon and Woods or Mixon and Pittman for an Eckler. I would do it for a Tyreek Hill, potentially, if you could weather through the running back disadvantage that puts you at in that trade specifically. Would I go after for Mixon and Woods or Mixon and Pittman? Would I go after a Jonathan Taylor? Of course I would, but you're probably not going to get that. Would I go after a Nick Chubb? Probably, but you're not going to get that. He's missing this week, so Jackson, if you can afford to wait on him, maybe Nick Chubb is a good buy low for you if you've got a good record. So I would take Nick Chubb for Mixon and Woods if you have a great record and can afford to have him out. Plus, maybe he plays. Maybe he tests negative in time. Trade Saquon, Stephon Diggs, and Jamar Chase for Najee Harris. Trade Saquon, Stephon Diggs, and Jamar Chase for Najee Harris, DK Metcalf, Javonte Williams, and Calvin Ridley. What do you think? Wow. Traded Saquon and Diggs and Jamar Chase for Najee, DK, Javonte Williams, Calvin. This one's hard to break down. So, Stephon Diggs and DK, let's call that a wash and remove that. So, it's Harris and Metcalf for Saquon and Jamar. I like this. Wow. So, if we take DK and Diggs out, it's Chase and Saquon for Najee and Javonte. It's pretty hard to like break this one down. I mean, it also depends how you feel about Saquon. Like, I don't love Saquon, but at the same time, Javonte's not there yet, and so you got to ask yourself if you're giving away a wee bit too much until Javonte's gotten a hold of the job. I'm not going to say I hate the trade, and I'm not going to say it won't work out. Javonte in the lineup as the starter, if that happens, this side wins. The Najee side wins. But given that Barkley isn't injured right now and will be playing once he returns, I don't know. I suppose the top side wins for now, but I really hope that the bottom side with Javonte ends up winning out this trade for you, because I really don't mind it. I don't hate it. I just feel like you did give up a little bit right now. I need a wide receiver in that trade, Smitty. Mixon, Woods, and Pittman. Then I would trade Mixon, Woods for Mixon and Woods, or Mixon and Pittman for Hill, Diggs. Maybe probably not Hopkins because he's banged up, but DK, Justin Jefferson. I mean, the top 5 wide receivers, bro. I go after. Trade Claypool and Gibson for Mike Williams. I think that could work out for you. Many will say not to, but I would do it. I like Mike Williams. I think Mike Williams is a good buy low. Henderson, Najee, Zeke, and Connor pick 3. Najee number 1, Zeke number 2, Connor number 3 for right now, bro. I like Henderson a lot, but that you're giving me a tough dilemma here. I would trade away Zeke high if I'm in this scenario and get like a Hill and then have that trio. WRM. Trade Dak, Edmonds, and Jefferson for Patrick Mahomes, Chase, and Damien Harris. Trade Dak, Edmonds, and Jefferson for, yeah, easily, bro. Give me Mahomes and Jamar Chase and Damien Harris all day long. Easy call, bro. Easy call. Trade AB for Mike Williams for sure. Go get Mike Williams. Because AB's hurt right now. I like AB a lot, but I still like Mike Williams more, even if they're both on the field. Taylor for Diggs and Patterson. JT for Diggs and Patterson. Bro. Guys, can I get a vote on this one? I need a vote from the broskies here. Taylor for Diggs and Patterson. What are we doing? What are we doing here? Taylor for Diggs and Patterson. I don't know. Aaron Jones versus Swift, Gibson, and Keenan Allen. Give me Swift. Give me Swift and Keenan Allen. Gibson's a whatever, but give me Swift and Keenan Allen over just Aaron Jones. But it's very close. Taylor for Diggs and Patterson. We got JT. We got JT. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's tougher than it. That's a tough. Chucky says keep Taylor. That's tough. Patterson's playing that good. Not as good as Taylor, but I mean he's playing so good that you got to consider it. But I feel like I keep JT too. It's very, very tough. It's anybody says it's not tough, maybe they're not giving Patterson his fair credit, and I understand why. It took me a while to accept it too, but it's a decent trade either way. But I probably keep Taylor, bro. CMC and Chubb for Mixon and Tyreek. CMC and Chubb for Mixon and Tyreek. I like the Mixon and Tyreek side myself. I'm getting out on Christian McCaffrey if I can get out safely, and I feel like this is a very good move. I'm not a huge Mixon fan, and I like selling Mixon high. And Sonny, I wouldn't stop here. I'd try and turn Mixon into Aaron Jones. Give up a little bit with Mixon to get Aaron Jones. Get Tyreek Hill and Aaron Jones for CMC essentially. But I certainly would do that trade first and go for it. Overcome offered Kamara for Lamb and Jefferson. Give me Lamb and Jefferson if you can weather through that running back depletion you're going through by getting rid of Kamara. You know, I can't imagine getting rid of Kamara is going to look really good for your running backs, but Lamb and Jefferson I probably take over Kamara. I like that a lot. You know, player for player, like not considering, you know, what's going on with your running back situation, just looking at it from a player's perspective. Baker or Wentz over White this week? Probably Wentz right now, but I might inch toward Mike White when we hear that he's good to go and everything. Let's go to
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
drop a voice message on the gram at the Fantasy Football Show, and I will get to you. So go drop one now. I will load Instagram up. We will start checking my voice messages and see if you guys got anything cooking. Here's one.
I don't know. The reason why I didn't accept the trade right away is because Hey, what's up, Smitty? It's Scotty Doo, man. Good morning. I got a quick question. I hope you can get back to me by the end of the day. I got a trade offer, man. I was watching your live chat last night, so I've been pretty busy lately with 2 jobs. I haven't got a chance to join your live chats here lately. CeeDee Lamb, I got offered CeeDee Lamb to trade away David Montgomery, What do you think? I got Mixon, McCaffrey, Javonte Williams, and Connor as my running backs. I could use CeeDee Lamb. Shoot, why not? I mean, I already got Diggs, Thielen, Antonio Brown. I had Michael Thomas. Calvin Ridley sitting on some...
I'm going to interrupt you right there, pal. And you're live on the Fantasy Football Show, by the way. I'm playing your message. I'm going through my voice messages, playing voice messages, answering questions. And I'm going to say right now that easy trade. Go get CeeDee Lamb. I know Monty's got upside, but I'm taking CeeDee Lamb. So grab him. Don't listen to the hate. Dak didn't have a good game. The Cowboys didn't have a good game. They'll bounce back. CeeDee Lamb, baby. Okay. Next message here. Leave a voice message, pal. I'm live on the Fantasy Football Show, and I'm only doing voice messages, so leave it in an audio form. Hit that microphone, hold it down, and I will answer it. Okay. I love when people will type me when we're going to the voice messages. They'll still type me. They'll still type and say, hey, here's my question. We're going to voicemails. It's on. It's right here.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
Here's one from Evan.
Hey, Smitty. I traded Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Justin Jefferson and Aaron Rodgers.
You gotta be on the can, bro. Evan, you gotta be. Evan, tell us what's going on right now. Why are you talking like you're about to get fired? Are you in the closet, on the toilet, or under your desk? I need to know, and then I'll replay your question because I didn't hear a word you said. Because all I could think about is picturing is where you were. Were you crouched under your desk? Were you in the janitor closet? Were you outside hanging off the balcony with one arm so no one could see you while you're leaving the message? What were you doing when you left this message? I have to know. Evan.
Hey, Smitty. I traded Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Justin Jefferson and Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
I still didn't hear it. I just focused on
Hey, Smitty. I traded Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
And
Miles Sanders.
For Justin Jefferson and
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. I think you hit a home run. Justin Jefferson alone would have been plenty, but you had to steamroll your buddy and take Aaron Rodgers as well. I need to know what you're doing, where you're at, bro. Are you whispering from a janitor closet? Are you under your desk? Like, we're all wondering why so quiet. We need to know. Everyone I've asked has been skipped. Bro, we got a lot of questions coming in. I'm not trying to, like picture me. Why would I skip anybody on purpose? You know what I'm saying, bro? Someone wants my McCaffrey. He has Kamara, Diggs, Cup, and Keenan Allen. What should I do? I'm going to say I'd take Kamara and, like, Keenan Allen if you can. If you can't, I mean, there's no other running back that you're giving me, though. So if you're giving up McCaffrey, can you survive? Can you get Cooper Kupp straight up? I would do that over McCaffrey. I would. Can you get Diggs and a James Conner for CMC? Like, what does he have at running back? I don't know. Like, I certainly wouldn't just take, like, Diggs and Keenan Allen. I don't know if that's going to help you. Smooth Criminal got offered Aaron Jones and Lockett for Swift. Aaron Jones and Lockett for Swift. I don't mind that. Also trade Diggs for DK. That's pretty close. The DK Diggs I could get on either side of that. I'd probably take DK as of right now. You got Russell Wilson. You get the stack. That's fun. Fantastic. Doesn't make you score more, but it sure is awfully fun. I think DK's earned it anyway. You know, I like Diggs a lot, but Diggs is an undervalued, underrated top 5 wide receiver, top 7 wide receiver going forward. Like, you're not locked into that. You're hopeful. DK feels locked into top 7. So DK for sure. Lockett and Aaron Jones. For Swift, I'd rather have Aaron Jones and Lockett. So I like that move. Make sure you get A.J. Dillon if you can. Make sure you get A.J. Dillon if you can. Guys, if I miss your question, like, here's number one. So this is to answer Tyler's question here. It says, everyone he's asked has been skipped. And I tried to get to him. No problem, Tyler. Don't take offense to it at all. And me calling this out is only to help people, not to talk about you or anything. Like, I'm not mad at you asking that. But I have so many questions that come through here. Sometimes we have like 3,000 live chat questions on a live stream. 3,000 questions come through. That's crazy. Not only try and read and decipher them as I'm going and dragging them on the screen. It is crazy. So some people think I'm just skipping people or I'm ignoring people on purpose. Like, of course I'm not. But Tyler and everybody else that feels this way, as I say at the end of my show every time, I pretty much say this every time my show's over. My show starts out with 0 comments when the live streams are over. And you guys have a real opportunity, if I missed your question, to ask me, because maybe only 15 people ask a question right away because they're busy, they're driving, they're whatever. Literally, once the live stream ends, I answer every single question that somebody immediately asks, and pretty much for the next 12 to 24 hours, sometimes 48 hours. It just depends on if I do another video right after that. But Tyler, if I miss a question, bro, all you have to do is be one of the first people to ask a question within the first like couple hours of the video ending, and you'll pretty much almost 100% get a response from me. So just know that going forward, if I ever do miss you, you can get it, bro. If you get skipped, do a voicemail. You could also do that. And what did anybody see if Evan told us what he was doing? What was Evan doing? I need to know, Evan, I don't know if you replied in the chat, but send me a message back, even if you got to type it. I want to know where you were when you left that amazing message. Let's listen to it one more time.
Evan, I don't know if you...
Hey, Smitty, I traded Mike Evans.
Hey, Smitty.
Miles Sanders.
Mike Evans and Miles Sanders.
Justin Jefferson. Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, he blasted. I hope that was your boss, bro. I hope the guy you're hiding from right now is the guy you blasted on that trade. Colin.
Hey, Smitty. Out of the waiver wire video yesterday, would you put Dearness Johnson at the top now?
The waiver wire video from yesterday, we had Elijah Moore. We had like Stevenson. Yeah. You got to put Dearness Johnson number 1 moving forward. He said inside his mom's dresser. Did he say that? Did he really say that up above? I can guarantee Smitty do be answering fast, says Brandon. Actual legend. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate it, buddy boy. Smitty dropped a voicemail. Okay, Xavier. Ridley did quit football. Fryermuth. I don't want to get in like oh man, this is probably bad. I don't think I should go there. I was gonna say something. Sometimes I want to speak my mind, and I can't. I live in a world where I can't. I honestly can't speak my mind. I live in a world where if I feel like I just want to say something, I have to second guess myself. I have to hold back. I can't say anything bad about Ridley. I can't say anything bad about, anything. I literally can't talk about how I really feel about Aaron Rodgers. Like, we live in a world where, yeah, I can do it, but you get so many people that are upset for speaking your mind. Robert says he's just playing. Robert, I don't know if you think I'm saying anything toward you. I'm not. I'm saying, like, I want to speak my mind. I don't know, Robert, who you're saying this to. I don't think you're saying this to me, because I'm not saying anything to you bad at all. I want to say it. Look, Ridley, I'm not as proud of Ridley's situation as everybody else. Let me just say it that way. Like, we all got a lot on our plates, and we live in a world where I think if you're in the spotlight, and I talked about this with a buddy of mine, a big social media influencer. We live in a world where if you live in the spotlight If you're in the spotlight, it is your job to be in the spotlight. I feel like until you give people... We don't have new Ridley news, no. Just telling you how I feel about it. Because a lot of people are like, good for him. and I don't feel that way. And I'm not ashamed that I don't feel that way. Number one, I am a fantasy football player. Okay, I may report, I may provide news, but I'm not ashamed to be upset that when Calvin Ridley quit football, everybody was, first thing they said was, well, let's talk about how good this is for Calvin Ridley. And I understand. And the problem is I don't need to go there. I don't need to talk. I can talk about just the fantasy implications of it if I want to. It's my show. Doesn't mean I'm saying anything negative about him as a person. Doesn't mean that I don't hope he gets better. It doesn't mean that I'm not understanding that people go through a lot of stuff. But this is a tough topic. I'm trying to speak my mind, and it's not the best thing to do. I just feel like there were better. He could have let people know earlier, and maybe he didn't know until right now. But it doesn't mean I can't be upset about it. It doesn't make me a bad person if I'm like, this sucks, and I'm not happy, and I don't feel good about it. That's how I feel. I get it. Look, we've all struggled in life. Like, I think it's almost insulting to suggest that someone else knows what anybody else is going through. Like, people go through there, but everybody has stuff that they go through. And like, we did see this before. You never saw a player like step away like that, in the middle of the season, leave their team hanging. And I understand that you could argue, hey, had this been something that was acceptable in the past, maybe somebody wouldn't have gone down a path. And there's arguments to be made. The problem I have is we have no information. It's like, I'm going to come out and publicly tell you that I'm leaving football, but I'm not going to tell you why. When you are in the public eye, I feel like he has a little bit of an obligation to give us a little insight on it. And people could say it's his business, but he is in the public eye. He's in the public eye. It's a little bit different when you live on social media. You live in front of all these people, and your life is exposed, and you're going to come out and tell everybody you're quitting. You're not going to give anybody any answers. It's going to make some people upset. It's going to make people some people upset. I'm not saying I just got here. Is he saying drop Ridley? No, I'm not saying drop. Nothing's new on Ridley. I just am speaking my mind a little bit on it, and I've been doing that a little bit more lately. I probably shouldn't because I think it offends people. But I'm just saying, I'm not ashamed that I'm upset about it. I'm not all about, okay, well, I hope he's fine. I do hope he's fine. I do hope he comes out of it. But I'm upset. I'm a little upset about it. Ridley disappointed me. He disappointed me. He disappointed all of us. Doesn't mean I don't wish him well. Doesn't mean I don't hope he gets better. But I would like a little bit of an explanation for me to feel good about it. That's all I'm saying. And it's like the day it happened, everybody just was like, it's fine. Because we're all pressure. We live in a world now, our society, the pressure, everybody's in this culture that we're now in, where if you are mad at all, if you're selfish whatsoever about Ridley's situation, you are just an insensitive person that just cares about football. Oh, of course, that's all I care about. This is my job. And people say, hey, Smitty, it's just football. Calm down. It's not just football. This is my job. Football is my job. So I do get a little upset about some stuff. I'm a human being.
Smitty, so I'm in an 18-man league. I'm 6-3 with this roster. I've lost 2 in a row, and I'm trying to figure out what move should I make. So my players are Aaron Jones, Zeke Elliott, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Williams, Javonte Adams, and Travis Kelce. I've lost 2 in a row in a very ugly way. Please tell me what move should I make next?
I gotta hear that again.
Hey, Smitty. So I'm in an 18-man league. I'm 6-3 with this roster.
18
I've
man.
lost 2 in a row, and I'm trying to figure
8
out
man
what
or
moves should I
18?
make. So my players are Aaron Jones, Zeke Elliott, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Williams, Javonte Adams, and Travis Kelce. I've lost 2 in a row.
You got to keep
in
that
a very ugly way. Please tell me what move should I make next?
I mean, honestly, your team sounds really good, bro. There's not a whole lot. Send me all this. This is a lot to digest, and I can't really break that detail of a question down in a voicemail because I'm not writing anything down. Send me a message right when the video is over. Put your question in a comment. Put your team. Ask the question again, and I will get to it. Be one of the first people to ask a question. Send this in a voice message, bro. We're only doing voice messages. I'm playing them on live on the show right now. We're live. You're live right now, buddy boy. You're live right now. I'm holding this microphone down, talking to you in front of everybody. We got over 200 people in here, and you need to leave a voice message. I don't answer text. That sounds so, like, arrogant. I don't answer text, bro. What do you think I am?
Also, do I start Javonte or Darrell Williams?
This is Colin again. Javonte or Darrell? Probably Javonte, bro. But, I mean, it's tough. It's tough.
Hey, Smitty. I was at my work desk when I sent my last message. I traded Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Justin Jefferson and Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
You already asked us that, bro. Didn't you? Number one, you're not at your work. Evan, I'm not a moron, Evan. Don't patronize me, Evan. You're not at your work desk, bro. There's an echo and a quietness to you. You're under your work desk, maybe, but you can't be just at your work desk.
Hey, Smitty. I was at my work desk when I sent my last message.
You're not.
I traded Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Justin Jefferson and Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
I think you blasted and disrespected that owner with your trade again. Your 2 trades. You have no respect for your opponents because you're ravaging their lineups, and I don't. You're doing it from under your desk, bro. Like, that's amazing. We're proud of you. We don't believe you though, Evan. There's no way you're at your work desk, bro. You're under your work desk. You're in the bathroom. There's echo in there. There's no way your office sounds like that, bro. I'm no scientist, bro. But I know a toilet echo chamber when I hear it. You're in the bathroom or in the closet. Don't lie to us. Don't lie to us. You already have our respect with the 2 trades that you blasted your 2 opponents with. And I hope the boss that you're hiding from in that closet's the guy you blasted, bro. Evan. Patronizing us. Yeah, definitely send me, leave a message in the comment of the YouTube video right when it ends, bro. And I'll take care of you. Okay, Tanner.
Hey, Smitty. I got Cooks and Monty both on my bench. Who could I trade them for? Thanks, bro.
Cooks and Monty. Swift. Darrell Henderson. Brandon Cooks and Monty. AJ Brown. Metcalf, Lamb. Justin Jefferson. Jamar Chase. List goes on and on.
Hey, Smitty. Voicemail number 2. I'm 5-4 and
Thanks.
need to make a move. I got Kyler, Lamb, Judy, Kamara, Chubb, Schultz, Julio Jones, Cooks, Barkley, Javonte, Dillon, Wilson Jr.
Hey, leave me this team and this part of the question in the comments of the video right when the video ends. You can even do it now if you back out of the live chat. You can actually put it in the comments now. So leave me that comment with this question in your team, and I'll answer it. That's too long to break down on the live, but I appreciate you, Tanner. Leave it. I will get to it. We got a couple of super chats. We got Zinski with a super chat. People dropping messages left and right from the toilet tonight. We got people in the can. Brett with a super chat. Overcome with a super chat. J-Rob for Thielen and Julio. Give me J-Rob. That doesn't do it for me, bro. I want to sell Mixon or Saquon high. Who for? Mixon or Saquon? DK, Lamb, Diggs, AJ Brown, Justin Jefferson. You know, you could sell Saquon for any one of those guys probably. And maybe Mixon. I mean, I go wide receiver shopping with those guys. If you're going to go running back shopping, Aaron Jones, maybe you give up a little bit more, or you can do Saquon straight up for Aaron Jones. He had a bad game. People might trade him low. Eckler, you'd have to give up more, but it's doable. Doable, broski. Zinski, would you trade JT and Cooks for Hill and Lockett? JT and Cooks for Hill and Lockett. Already got to that one, and that was a oh no, I didn't get to this one. JT and Cooks, Brandon Cooks for Hill and Lockett. Give me JT. JT, bro. Running back news in no precursor to more AK volume. Running back news in New Orleans, precursor to more AK volume. I don't know what you're saying there, Overcome. You're just saying that's what the rumor is, that they're just going to give him more work and they're just worried about him breaking down? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't see any update on AK, by the way, guys. And I don't know what this is, this message here. A lady in her 20s cussed me out at the doctor's office because I held the door open for her and her kids. Some people are determined to get offended, bro. She called me a honky. Oh. Colin's nonstop.
Sorry, I keep sending so many voicemails.
It's okay,
On
Colin.
Thursday, I traded away Gibson, Carson, and Corey Davis, and I got Hopkins and Hunt. Smitty approved?
Gibson, Carson, Court for Hopkins, absolutely. I love it. Media's got a voice message.
Hey, help me. I'm Patrick Mahomes.
What?
Leave it. I will get to it. We got a couple super chats. We got Zinski with super.
I don't know. Media, I don't know what you're saying here.
Hey, help me. I'm Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Patrick. He's trying to do a Patrick Mahomes. Are you saying help me? I'm Patrick Mahomes. Okay, I'm live right now. I'll help you in a few minutes. I don't know when AB's going to play. We'll have to look, bro, at the news, but I'm not sure when he'll be back, if he'll be back. Okay, Evan says, I was in the building stairwell. We knew it, Evan. We're not morons, Evan. You weren't at your office. What did he say? All proper, like Evan said what? He said,
Hey, Smitty, I was at my work desk.
you were at your work desk. What other desk do you have, too? Like, I love how it's defined, work desk. Does he have a play desk, a work desk? Evan, you're too busy blasting everybody, bro. You're too busy blasting everybody, bro. All your trades are just unfair blastings. Send a message, bro. A voice message. You just hold down that microphone. Some people that literally, they just continue to type.
Smitty. Should I try and trade Stephon
Andrew
Diggs, Kamara, and Freiermuth?
Hey, what?
Should I try and trade Stephon Diggs, Kamara, and Freiermuth to get Devontae Adams and Najee?
Diggs.
I have Waller, so I don't really need Freiermuth. Smitty.
Andrew.
Should I try and trade Stephon Diggs, Kamara, and Freiermuth?
Savon Diggs, Kamara, Freiermuth. Diggs, Kamara.
Hey, Adams, and Najee. I have Waller.
It's pretty even,
so
bro. It's pretty even. I don't know, bro. It's pretty even. I'd probably say I could go either way on that one. What do you guys think on that trade?
Stephon Diggs, Kamara, and Freiermuth.
Diggs, Kamara.
Should I try and trade Stephon Diggs, Kamara, and Freiermuth to get Davante Adams and Najee?
Very close, man. Diggs and Kamara, Davante and Najee. Very, 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 very close, bro. Very close. I would say trust your gut on that one, pal. This one's from Scott.
What's up, Smitty?
What's up, Scott?
Sir. Appreciate you. I already approved the trade. I accepted it. Yeah, my only worry was, Gallup's coming back. Every team has a bad week, you know what I mean? So Gallup was coming back. I was kind of a little concerned on the target share, but I think CeeDee Lamb's talent is definitely like a top 12, definitely. But did make that trade. It's an honor to be on your live show right now. I'm currently at work, so I'll catch you when I can, man. Great. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, broski. That was Scott.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I'm wondering if I should do
Awesome. Good talk.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I'm wondering if I should do Beasley and Patterson for Chase and Chenault. This is coming from someone who lost Derrick Henry.
Beasley.
I'm kind of stacked at receiver, but I would love to have Chase. Just wondering your thoughts.
Beasley and Patterson.
Hey, what's up, Smitty? I'm wondering if I should do Beasley and Patterson for Chase and Chenault. This is coming from someone.
Give me Jamar Chase all day. Give me Jamar Chase all day, bro. Jamar Chase, easy call. Najee for youth. I like, Najee. If that was a dynasty question, I like Najee more, but I'm pretty sure it's a redraft. This is from Jose.
Alright, Smitty. I need a running back. I have Davante Adams, Mike Williams, and Justin Jefferson. Who would I go for?
Mike Williams, Justin Jefferson, Davante Adams. You need a running back. Try and get like a Swift and a Hopkins. Try and get like a Connor and a Diggs and trade one of your top big dog wide receivers. That's what I'd do. Try and get two guys, but make sure they're the right two guys, pal. Dat boy crazy says Adams and Najee are better than Kamara Diggs. It's arguable. It's arguable, bro. I like both sides. I like both sides. It's a very even. It's almost like one of those what's the point trades, in my opinion. But I'm okay with you liking either side more than the other.
Also, should I start Javonte or Chris Carson if he's healthy this week?
I don't trust Carson at all, bro. Like, Javonte. Until Carson's back and playing, it's Javonte. Should I trade Jamar and Saquon for Kupp? No. Jamar Chase is really good, bro. I know Kupp is better, but I would trade Saquon. I would still trade Saquon, but I would rather have whatever Saquon can get you, like an Aaron Jones. So I'd rather have Jamar and Aaron Jones over Kupp. Not that I don't love Kupp. Hey, Smitty, this was the voicemail I was leaving. 5 and 4, Kyler, Lamb, Judy, Chubb, Kamara, Schultz, Julio, Carter, Cooks. What moves do you make? No, but I was saying leave it in the comments of the video so I could get to it at the end of the show. Like if you close the live chat out and you hit the comments. But I'll hit it here. It's fine. It's fine, Tanner. Tanner, it's fine. You just aren't listening today, Tanner. You're probably at a PTA conference. You can't pay full attention. So it's fine. Hey, Smitty, this is Tanner. I'm at a PTA meeting. Can you please help me? Kyler, Lamb, Judy, Chubb, Kamara, Schultz, Julio, Carter, Barkley, Javonte, Dillon. I'm trading Barkley. I'm trading Barkley and Cooks. Give me Aaron Jones. Give me Tyreek Hill. Give me Justin Jefferson. Get rid of Barkley. Get rid of Cooks. Get rid of Barkley and somebody. That's what I'm doing, Tanner, and I'm doing it live. Just got offered Aaron Jones and DJ Moore for Patterson and Pittman. Aaron Jones and DJ Moore for Patterson and Pittman. Give me Aaron Jones and DJ Moore. My bad, bro. Too much scotch and meatballs. Couldn't figure. Scotch and meatballs, bro. Is that what the kids are eating these days? Scotch and meatballs, bro?
Yo, Smitty, can we do a trade in the quad box league, bro? I need like another receiver or running back, please. Thank you. Let me know.
Make me an offer live in a voice message, media, and we can tackle it live in front of everybody, bro. Bro wants me to just make him an offer. Like, you got to come strong, media. You got to tell me what you're after. You got to tell me what you need. This is Austin right here.
Smitty, what up?
Austin?
I lost Henry. Don't really have an RB2. 10-team standard. Gaskin's my RB2. Najee has moved up to my number 1 spot. Should I try and trade CeeDee Lamb for DeAndre Swift?
I don't mind that at all. I love Lamb. I buy Lamb with Swift if I need a wide receiver. I buy Swift with Lamb if I need a running back. It could go either way. I Smitty approve either side of that and understand that position of need when all things are pretty close, and they are, is go ahead and do that. Traded Barkley for Pittman. Smitty approves. Bro, I'm one of the bigger Barkley, trade Barkley away advocates you'll find, but you need to get way more than Pittman, bro. That I don't think I'm Smitty approving that bad boy, bro. You need to get away. Like, Pittman's an add-in. Like, you get like Swift and Pittman for Barkley. You need to get more than just Pittman. Like, Barkley, whether you don't like Barkley or not, whether you doubt Barkley or not, he can definitely be tradable for a significant amount right now. Like, you could get a potential Justin Jefferson or Diggs straight up, or a Jamar Chase straight up. Pittman's like a really good wide receiver 2-3, probably 2. He feels a little bit like a wide receiver 2, but bro, not close. David, you should have come to me, bro. You should have come to me. That's take a lap worthy. Don't take offense.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
You know I love
take
you,
a
pal.
Lap. Take a
You're
lap.
my boy, Blue. You keep coming back. Hit me with it next time, though, bro.
Pollard or Williams for Gainwell?
Pollard or Williams? What Williams, media? What Williams are you talking about? Williams who? If he offers me Jamal Williams, I'm going to lose it. He wants to give me Jamal. I won't take Jamal Williams. Even if you cut him, I wouldn't pick him up, bro. That better be Mike Williams. I'm waiting. Here it is.
Javonte Williams.
Oh, Javonte Williams. Let me go to this league. Is he giving me Javonte Williams? What's he doing here? Okay, in this league that media and I are in, the Quad Box League, I'm going to go to media's team. Propose a trade. He's got Gainwell. And he wants Javonte Williams. What do I look like? Do I look like a complete moron? I'll give you a trade here, media. I'll give you... You need a running back? I'll give you McKissick and Pollard for McLaurin. Actually, I'm just going to give you McKissick for McLaurin. That's all I'm sending you, media. I mean, I'm going to uncheck Pollard, McKissick for McLaurin. Take it or leave it, media. Javonte. You did say Javonte. Don't say you said Pollard. You said both. You wanted my Javonte Williams for your Gainwell, bro. Get out of your mind. Get out of your mind. Get out of here with that, media. Give me a stronger offer than that. If I'm going to make you a trade, let's see. You've got Chubb. Chubb's out. You're in trouble this week, media. You got Eli Mitchell. He's on borrowed time. You got Kenny Gainwell, who you don't know what you're getting from week to week. You got Ramondre Stevenson, who you picked up because you watched my ad drop show, media. You got you got A.J. Brown. You got Ayuk, Beasley, McLaurin. I've got CeeDee Lamb. I'll give me McLaurin. And I'll give you A.J. Dillon and Pollard. You want running backs, it's going to cost you a lot. It's going to cost you a lot. I ain't giving in to you, media. Louis says McKissick for McLaurin. Shh. Louis, stop. Louis, shut up, Louis. Oh. All right, back to voicemails. Let's see what media left me when he's probably upset.
I said Pollard or Williams, Smitty.
I know.
Lap, bro.
I know. I didn't say you said both. I'm not giving you Javonte Williams for Gainwell. What do I look like? You just said you need a running back, and you want to offer me Gainwell for Javonte Williams. You're, in a sense, if you say I need a running back, and you're giving me a running back for a running back, what on earth makes you think that you're giving me a good deal, media? If you want a running back, give me McLaurin. Come get A.J. Dillon and Pollard. I'll give you both. Madison to the moon says, Jeezy, what's the news on Cook? Is Cook hurt? What are you talking about? Alvin Cook. I don't see Dalvin Cook news right now. Let me hit Twitter. Twitter's usually both popping it. I don't see any Dalvin Cook news. Oh, here we go. Adam Schefter. Hold on. There's something here. There's something. Adam. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm going to screenshot it. I haven't even read it yet. I'm going to screenshot it and put it on screen. And we're going to go over it together. Here we go. Minnesota Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is a victim of domestic abuse and extortion. There's a pending litigation according to his agent, Zach Hiller. Extortion, though, that could be... I think everyone's assuming what this is. We don't really know what it is. If there's extortion involved, that usually means somebody's trying to extort him for money. I don't know. We don't know what to make of this right now. We don't know what this even means. Is this mean that Dalvin Cook is going to be in trouble, or does this mean Dalvin Cook's potentially got a person trying to extort him for money, and Therefore, he's not in trouble. Tough to know. I'm trying to read the comments right now. The comments are... Let's go ahead and share my screen here. And we'll go over these comments and we'll see what people are saying about it. So 1 second. So Dalvin Cook. Let me get back to my full screen here. And let's break this down. So Dalvin Cook, victim of domestic... It says, is the victim of a domestic abuse and extortion. Victim. He's the victim. Is the victim. I think everyone needs to read this correctly. It says he's the victim. Everyone's assuming that Dalvin Cook was the one doing the domestic violence activities. It says Dalvin Cook is the victim of domestic abuse and extortion. This doesn't feel like anything he's going to be in trouble for if you guys read it properly. Everyone's saying Madison to the moon. No, it looks like potentially, and sometimes domestic violence happens toward the male. Okay, let's not jump to conclusions that it can't be Dalvin Cook that's getting, in a situation where we're way over. We're a half hour over time. It reads he's the victim. So everyone needs to calm down. I think he's going to be fine. Let me see real quickly. Let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. Whoops. These are the comments. So, here's the report. Dalvin Cook is a victim of domestic abuse extortion. There is a pending litigation according to his agent. His agent's coming out with this. It reads he's the victim. Everybody needs to calm down. He's a man, just fight back, says Kyle. Look at these comments. These comments could get crazy, so just warning you. Seems like the wrong thing to be wondering. Damn the man, I hope he's good. You all need to just be as supportive of him as you would be a woman. Thank God this isn't reversed, says Vin. You know the narrative for men. He didn't strike back or anything. He went about it the right way. So this is a good comment by this guy Vin. Like if let's say that someone is trying to abuse the man, like, and instead of going about, like, if this is, I'm just speculating, if this is what happened, he's like, okay, I'm not gonna tolerate this because I'm not gonna hit you back. We don't know what's going on. Then he's getting extorted for money. The way I'm reading this, my early take, and I don't know, I'm just guessing, my early take is that there was a domestic violence situation, as Juan said, getting lammed, and instead of striking back, the guy potentially, based on what I'm seeing here, went about it the right way. This is a very positive potential situation. They could have went really, really badly. Like, not positive situation, but it's a positive twist to what we just thought. It's good to see someone not strike back. If this is the case, I commend Dalvin Cook for not striking back and not doing something. He went about it the right way. Pretty sad people are reacting with, OMG, he's a victim. Wow, I thought it was him who did it. Men can't be the victim of abuse, ? Adam Schefter, this is some cryptic shit with no substance. Care to elaborate? Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is the victim of domestic abuse and extortion. There's a pending litigation. Was this guy just pasting what Schefter wrote? Suspended him for the week. Says King, I'm playing him in fantasy this week. Everyone chill out. WTF. Why does this have 50 likes? I hope he's all right. Reading some of your all's contents. is disgusting content. ESPN is going to put this one of those stupid player graphics with the fun facts. Whoa, where'd this come from? Hope he's all right. Hope he's all right. Did I read this right? Yes, thank God. Love Dalvin. If there is a pending litigation, wouldn't that mean it happened a bit ago? That's a good point. Someone explain WTF. What do you mean he just explained? You gotta love Twitter comments, bro. You gotta love Twitter comments. People are insane. Interesting. Let's see how this plays out. Bart Simpson emoji, or Bart Simpson gif. Men's mental health matters. Men can be abused too. Love you, Dalvin, and I hope none of this affects you mentally or lingers. Yeah, I'm sure you do love him, pal. You're just hoping your fantasy team's okay. Holy shit, says Moo. This league is becoming a joke. Why? What is this guy talking about? This league's becoming a joke. What does that have to do with anything? It's true, but Dalvin is the victim, so wrong place, wrong time. I don't know what that comment's referring to. This is way too personal for you to be tweeting, Adam. You can let Dalvin tell us this himself. I love how everyone's got such a strong opinion. People's opinions are so strong. You can't talk about anything these days. Nothing. People get so mad about everything. Why is this necessary for the public to know? Because someone's going to report it, Ryan. Ryan on Twitter. Someone's going to report it, Ryan. And it has a lot of implications. You know, like, what are we not supposed to talk about it? Like, if I got that news coming in, you think I'd sit on it, Ryan? You think I'd sit on it? No. There's implications. We need to know. Is he the victim? Is he not? Hey, everybody, he's a victim. Okay, if you see something come out about it, he's the victim. Then this guy says pending litigation lawsuits are public info, bro. This guy needs to call Tyreek Hill for advice. That's inappropriate, Josh. Can't wait for no one to understand this tweet. His father just passed away this year, and this is how someone treats him. Just sad, says Twin. Why would you put this man's business out there like that? I never, ever want to get famous, ever. Keep all that shit, says Case. Is it his job to report? Everyone's so mad at Schefter for reporting on this. You know? Like Schefter's doing something wrong by reporting about NFL news. This is very strange phrasing. Say what now? I like this guy's comment. Say what now? Like, bro, read it. Why don't you go back and read it? Tom. Dalvin Cook is the victim of domestic abuse and extortion. He's just repeating it. Nothing like a shocking headline with absolutely no follow-up information. I mean, I agree. I wish I had a little more clarification, but it does tell you pretty much all you need to know in this comment if you are astute enough to read it and you say, okay, let's break this down word for word. Minnesota Vikings, that's a team. Running back, that's a position. Dalvin Cook, that's a person. Victim, that is somebody that is the victim, the one that is taking the abuse or whatever. That's Dalvin Cook. Domestic abuse, that's where there is potentially physical or emotional trauma or stress between two parties. Dalvin Cook's the victim. So far, I'm following. So far, it took me 2 reads. I'd read it twice. 2 reads. And I feel pretty in tune with what's going on here. Jack. And extortion. extortion usually involves money, and someone's trying to extort money from somebody. My guess is it would be the victim, Jack. My guess is the victim would be the one getting extorted. My guess it would be the man with all the millions of dollars and the big fat paycheck, Jack. And that there's a pending litigation according to his agent, Zach Hiller. His agent is the one talking about it, Zach and Bill and Frank and Twitterverse. His agent is bringing it up. It sounds like it. Everything I need to know sitting right in this tweet. I'm critical of Adam Schefter lately. I feel like Adam Schefter is doing a lot of opinion-based stuff, but he's back to factual-based reporting, and all of a sudden people are freaking out. The sky's falling. Adam Schefter didn't give his opinion for once. He's actually doing a solid job reporting on something because everything is in this tweet. It doesn't feel cryptic. It tells me everything I need to know. Dalvin Cook is a victim of domestic abuse and extortion, and there's a pending litigation, says his agent. What are we confused about? Why is Twitterverse blowing up and saying that Adam Schefter, who I am critical of when he gives his opinion too much, gave the facts? What did Vikings fans do to deserve this? Focusing on Vikings fans is the moment. In this moment is a bit odd. Prayer emoji. I got the white Lance jersey, by the way. This guy's talking about, there goes media. These Niner fans are just selfish. Just selfish Niner fans. You got to be kidding me. Media, all your people, bro. These are your people, media. You're Niner people. I mean, this in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of a domestic abuse and extortion tweet string of comments, this dude says, well, I got the white Lance jersey, by the way. Thanks, man. You Niner people. By the way, I don't mean to interrupt, but I got my Trey Lance white jersey. It came in. My wife's real excited about it. She says I pay a lot of attention to her. My white Trey Lance jersey just came in the mail. To all the people confused about the domestic abuse includes physical, verbal, financial, psychological, or sexual action or threats. It can be by a romantic partner, parent, or any other relative within the household. Don't need to jump to conclusions. Damn, I hope he can recover mentally and financially, man, says Nick. These people, man. These people. Prayer emoji. You hate to see it. That is such a... You hate to see it. Hard to find real people when you're rich and famous. You hate to see it, says buying property. Says buying property. Bro, no joke. I hope he's okay. Sometimes I feel like people forget these NFL players are real human beings. I like this comment. That's good stuff. And these players are they go through stuff. And let me just say, for anybody watching right now, if Cook was a victim of domestic abuse, according to his agent, and extortion, not handling it in a violent way and going this route, the route I believe that we're seeing in front of us, is a good thing. It's a good thing. By the way, I got my Trey Lance white jersey. Not that serious, says, I'm assuming his name's Rhino or something. Not that serious. Like this guy's the guy that decides everything for everybody else. He has the strong opinion. This is like the one guy earlier about the Christian McCaffrey stuff. He's the one. He's the 1.1. I'll decide it for everybody. This is Rhino's the same way. Not that serious. I will define this for all of you right now. This is not that serious. It's not. I know everything. I feel like this is in regards to that crazy post from a year ago where a woman was accusing him of all kinds of weird stuff. Ugh. Hope he gets it taken care of. I hope everything works out. No one, and I mean no one, man or woman, should be a victim of domestic abuse. Actually, probably the best comment we've seen so far in Twitterverse in regards to this topic. So, Calvin, whatever your name is, we salute you, Calvin, for having the best comment so far. Dalvin Cook's wife's waiting for him to come home after scoring only 7 points for her fantasy team. Nice try to be funny, bro, but that wasn't funny at all. This is just a horrible joke. Horrible timing. Not even funny. Content sucks. The only skill player on my team that scored touchdowns was Adam Thielen. That's how my game went this week. Who cares about you? I got the Trey Lance White jersey, though. And then this guy, in the middle of this saga, just drops his tweet. The only skill players on my team that scored a touchdown was Adam Thielen. That's how my game went this week. Chucky says only he knows everything. That's true. This guy, you got to be out of your mind. This guy right here. It's a vague statement, but probably wanted to get it to the press and the public before other parties come out accusing him first. I agree. That's probably why it happened. And Adam Schefter's doing his job for once. This guy looks like he's got a familiar last name here. Can we please have a normal week? That's the second best comment so far. Can we please have a normal week? Already off to a hot start, pal. Already off to a hot start. NBA terms? Victim of what? Domestic abuse? Are people not reading? Victim of what? Read it. It's up in the tweet. What do you mean a victim of what? Why are you asking? A victim of what? It says, why do people not read? Why do people not read? Vikings running back Dalvin Cook is a victim. He's the victim. He's not the accuser. Everybody just jumps to conclusions. He's got to be the person doing the bad action or be at the front of it. No, he's the victim. And yes, a man can be a victim too. Doesn't mean he's getting beat up. It means that he is in a situation where he probably went to authorities and said, look, this is going to get bad. I need help to intervene so this doesn't get physical. I don't want it to. And it can be an emotional, financial extortion type situation. And no one knows. So everyone needs to back off and wait. But he is, in this situation as we know it right now, the victim. And this guy is victim of what? Why don't you go up and read a little bit, bro? It's right in front of your face. Sort of like the Washington football team. I don't know if that's a reference to being a victim. Wishing the best for this guy. Getting paid millions to play isn't easy, as simple as in life as a lot of people like to think. You become a target for people to take advantage of. Fantasy owners. I don't know what that picture is. Incoming. He's weak comments. Says Dev. I don't know. I'm not seeing a lot of that, Dev. I think you're jumping to conclusions that people are going to consider him weak because he's potentially in a domestic abuse and extortion situation. Doesn't sound very weak to me to be in the middle of that. Sounds like a strong man. And I know that's what Dev's trying to probably say. Insert all the clowns that are going to come in and say he's weak. But no one's saying that at a grand scale. No wonder he runs so hard during games. He's like, my girl is going to beat me if we don't. And just after I say that. Right after I say everyone's taking this pretty well. And there's not a lot of morons. This guy goes out here and says, no wonder he runs so hard during games. He's like, my girl's going to beat me if I don't do well for a fantasy team. Not only is that a stupid comment, it's not even funny. It's not even doesn't even make me chuckle. It's dumb comment. Like, no, my fantasy team, like, ridiculous. At least make your joke hilarious, bro. If you're gonna put yourself out there like that. But did he sleep on the floor next to his bed because he wants more comfort? What? Don't remember the last time Raiders had a domestic violence case. So he's still playing Sunday. My fantasy team needs him. There's the fantasy owner we know. there's the typical fantasy owner we know. Right there. What does this mean? Reread it again, Greg. He was a victim of domestic assault and basically being blackmailed by the abuser to give them money. Thank you, Bryce, for clarifying for Greg, who I don't know what Greg's doing back there. How is this allowed to be announced? Because his agent made it known. It says it in the tweet, Ben. According to his agent, Ben. He's trying to get ahead of it. Ben.
Someone is at the front door.
Ziggy, show me the front door. Oh.
Okay.
I gotta go. Out of here, guys. Peace out. Later. Appreciate you. Comment.